Hi, beautiful.
Hi, beautiful, gorgeous. How are you?
Yes, good. I'm going doing so good today. I had to wear red and white for your girl, for your
Thank
baby.
you. Thank you so much. I am so happy, so excited for her. Um, Pledging Delta has been her dream for quite a long time.
Yes,
So I'm like this. When my children say they want to do something, I support them.
that's right. That's right. And thank
That's what I
God
do.
for supporting her through that. It's a long, hard journey, but she did it. And I'm so proud of her. Like I said to you earlier, I was trying to find my Delta shirts. But it's
Uh-huh.
so cold here in New York. Like you want to pull out your spring stuff, but hasn't really sprung here. It feels like.
Yeah, it's like a sprinter going
Yeah,
on or something like that.
there you go.
Yeah.
So I was
So
like,
we
now
are,
red and white shirt will do. It says God is dope. Y'all know the God is dope brand.
yes, he is. God is dope.
Yes, thank you all for joining us. This is the
Yes,
Motherhood
thank you.
Connection with my girl Doris of Pink Love Institute. And let me just send this out to some people. Did you share it? That's what you was doing?
I'm sharing it a little bit. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
I'm sharing.
Yeah.
So y'all
Yeah,
just
it's
bear with us.
it's cold here too. It's one of those, well, in Georgia, you get 4 seasons in one day easily. But easily. But this morning, we started out, I think in the 40s, I believe.
Oh wow.
And midday, it was supposed to be 59, 60,
Hmm.
but it was a breeze in the air that made it very, very cold.
Cold.
So you have to have in your car. It's so funny. Traded my car in 2 weeks ago, and I had to clean the car out. I had a pair of flip flops. I had some UGG boots, tennis shoes, some rain boots, an umbrella. I
Oh
had two
Lord.
coats, a jacket, and like a change of clothes in my trunk.
Lord have mercy.
So, so you gotta be prepared.
That's right. There you
My
go.
folks in Georgia know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. It's so funny. Every time we're on, like I have my wine or whatever. And today I did not get it. And you always I'm like, dang, I didn't bring my hey towels. Hey towels. Well, guys, welcome to the Motherhood Connection. I'll just introduce myself briefly. My name is Kay Moss, and I'm the creator of Glow Girl Wellness, and it's a safe space for women to heal their mind, body, and soul. It's an amazing community that I've been building, and I'm working on some great things for the spring. And yeah, so that's who I am.
Awesome. Well, I want to shout out my cousin who is here, I Heart Shoes 2022. My
Hi,
first cousin
cousin.
has joined us here. So my name is Pink Loved. My government name is Doris. And I am the visionary officer of the Pink Loved Institute. And the sole purpose and mission of my institute is to educate and encourage
Mhm.
mothers, specifically moms who have transitioned through divorce, as well as single moms, for them to stay focused on the issues that affect their lives, their lifestyle, as well as their children's. I also provide divorce recovery coaching, and I'm also a yoga instructor and an author of the upcoming book entitled
You
Release.
better go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. You know what? Refreshed. I said the name of my book wrong twice. I guess because I'm so nervous about it. It's so crazy.
I'm
But it
so
will be
proud of
called
you.
Refresh. Refresh. Thank you, Lord. I got it out that time.
I'm so
So,
proud of you.
yes. So I'm super glad to be here.
Yes, me too. Wait, when does the book come out?
So I'm planning on a June release,
Okay.
just so I can make sure everything is intact. And then on top of that, during the month of May, nobody's gonna pay me any attention because it's all about mamas
Mom, that's
and
right.
graduations.
You know what? You bring up a good point because I didn't mention it, but I'm working on a program, and I was thinking about releasing it next month. But you make a really good point. Everyone is going to be so focused on Mother's Day, That I think I might push that back, and that gives me some more time to make it even more spectacular.
Right. I'm not even with my group, Sister, I Got You.
Hmm.
We're not doing anything in particular in the month of May because we're all moms.
Yeah.
Some of us are getting together at the end of April for a
Hmm.
quick retreat, but May, we're going to let you all have it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we are here, y'all. We are talking about, so for us moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dating, like especially single moms and divorced moms, dating is like, I don't know about you, but that's how I feel sometimes. Like, dating, do I really want to date? So we are gonna have a candid conversation about dating. Hello, Kenosha. And yeah, so we're gonna have a candid conversation about dating. I got some
Yes.
questions for you. I hope you got some questions for me. And I'm so excited to have this conversation with you because your coaching is around like the healing of women after, divorce, or, I wasn't married, but we were together for almost 7 years and we had all kinds of things tied together.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of felt, I don't know what divorce feels like, but it felt like it.
Yeah, you've been together that long, it can
Mm-hmm.
feel that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a question.
Go. Shoot. Let's go.
Okay. All right. All right. So with your coaching, like what tools do you give women who are newly divorced, or like myself, was like newly out of a long-term relationship, when it comes to getting back out there? Like, do you have a system, or like, how do you work with them through that?
So, true transparency.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work with women who are fresh out of divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and I've lost clients behind this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't promote them jumping back out there
Mm-hmm.
to date.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that from a place of lessons learned
Mm-hmm.
from my experiences, but also from the research that I've gone through with the divorce recovery coaching program and anger management and training on just relationship building.
Yeah.
You have to take time to get over the hurt, the impact. And while you were happy to get out of that marriage, sometimes that feeling of emptiness, that
Mm-hmm.
hurt, that pain, it resurfaces months later, a year later, 2 years later. But you have to make sure, especially as a parent, as a mother, your children have to heal too.
That's right.
We have to make sure our children are okay before you bring a brand new person into their lives. And divorce affects everybody. It's not just us. So we have to sit back and you may have those one in a million situations where someone meets someone and
Yeah.
you end up together, and and that's great. And I can believe that can happen, but I know for the vast majority, that's not what happens. So most of the tools that I give are really focused on getting yourself together from
Yeah.
the point of physically, mentally, even financially. Because,
Yeah.
a lot of women when you go into a divorce, a lot of women don't even know how to pay the bills.
Mm.
So you're having to relearn some of those strategies. But my main thing upon exiting that place, focus on yourself. But there was a time that comes you want to start dating.
I know.
So we're how do you feel about it right now? I know you weren't married.
No, I wasn't married.
In a relationship. So
Yeah.
with us, and here I am, 49. I'm like, I don't want to be by myself for the rest of my life. But you got to kind of prepare for it. So what's your thoughts?
It was rough for me when we ended things, because I was miserable. Like, I was miserable, and I wanted love again. Like, I wanted to feel those feelings again. I didn't jump into anything too serious, but I did start dating. And it was someone that I knew. It was someone from my past. It wasn't someone new, but I was still newly single.
Right.
And I don't think that that was the smartest thing for me to do at that time. To be quite honest, I do wish that I would have taken some time for myself to do some inner work, to find a coach like yourself to help me navigate those spaces. I felt he didn't pay all, I mean, he paid all the bills. I know how to pay the bills, but he paid everything. He took care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to pay rent. I think the only bill that I was responsible for was our cell phone bill. You know, but I decided not to work. And so now one of the reasons why I think I stayed so long is because I depended on him financially.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so transitioning out of that, how were you able to process that? Because that's not my story. That is not my story. I contribute to the bills on a regular basis. So how did you feel?
I was lost because I was taking care of myself. Like, I wasn't the type that was like, oh, I'm going to have this man just take care of me. I come from single mothers. My grandmother was a single mother. All of the women in my family, in my immediate family, were the ones that took care of everything. Nobody had the life of where the man you're with takes care of everything. So I struggled with, I remember my first birthday after we broke up. I didn't know what to do. He always planned my birthdays. Like, he did everything. It was weird the first few years. I was like, I have to plan something. I have to, how do I do? Like, I don't even know how to celebrate myself. He did everything. So, and I think I wanted that thing again. I wanted someone to take care of me. I wanted someone to, and I wound up in a situation that was, it just wasn't good.
Right. And those are the reasons why you have to press pause before you get out there in the dating pool. Mm-hmm. Because even with my situation, I'm not trying not to put too much of my business out there, but when my divorce came, it was somewhat of a relief for me. I'm just being totally honest. Yeah. I was, I'm in a situation, I was happily divorced. Yeah. But I still wasn't able, I jumped fast too, but it was because of the reasons why we want to stay single for a minute, just because we got to figure out how to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. We got to figure out how do we take care of ourselves, because I've coached a lot of women who just don't know what to do. And they have, in some cases, become significantly lost, and they start clinging on to relationships with men who they feel would be taking care of them like they experienced in the marriage. Whereas, you may not ever find that. Right. So you have to be careful, because you may put yourself in a situation where you can become abused or taken advantage or neglected. So it's important that we press pause before we jump in, because, and I'm just gonna be real transparent. When you come out of a relationship, a lot of women I've talked with, we want to have sex just like men do. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be fully transparent here. And, we find us a maintenance man. And and sometimes we slip and we fall in love, because we get those feelings of emotions and we get all these connections. And sometimes the maintenance man ain't good for you. That's right. He's good for that one thing. And I'm not trying to belittle men or anything like that, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm 49 years old. I mean, you want to feel like a woman.
Yeah.
You want to feel like a woman, just like a man want to feel like a man, and you end up getting caught up with the wrong type of relationships. As I said, I've been there before. I fell in love with the maintenance man, got caught up because he was everything the ex wasn't. Because I didn't take time to say, and that's why I say I'm coaching from a perspective of what I've experienced, and what I've studied.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you to recognize that I needed to take a break and I didn't? When did you realize it? Was it?
Oh gosh, I ain't gonna probably. So it took about 2 years for me to like kind of snap out of the trance because I was like, woo, this gonna be the one. We gonna rock. Woo, this my future. It took about a good 2 years because, you know, I was lonely.
Yeah.
I'm here to say that. You know, I love the attention. I love the fact that he was present anytime I needed him. You know, he was totally different, totally opposite of what I had experienced. Never wanted for anything. If I needed something fixed, I got fixed. Boom, 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 bam. So I fell in love with that feeling because I had felt like a woman. I felt taken care of. Because you're talking to a sister here who contributed to the bills every day and all the time and fix stuff, all of that. But I decided to kind of cut it off and attempt to make dating and meeting someone a priority. After about 2 years of going through that relationship, actually, I'm sorry, maybe 3 years because I built my home. And I did finally meet someone. It was actually, I reconnected with someone from the past. It wasn't an old flame. It wasn't a boyfriend. It was someone who went to school with me. And we dated for a while. Now, he got over kind of easy because he approached me as, hey, let's get together, let's hang out, let's spend time together. So we were more like friends.
Okay.
And then all of us, and he met the kids. He had already seen the kids because I introduced him as this my boy,
my friend
from school, you know, and you know he knew what he was doing. And if he listened, you know what you was doing. Met the kids, even met my parents. You know, they happened to be here one day. He came by, but he was like, this such and such from school. Remember him? And I was like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, he hit me with the bam. I want us to let's be exclusive.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I mean, he popped with the jewelry. I got the flowers. I was like, what? Yes, you know. But and we lasted for about a good year and a half, but we didn't work out.
Okay.
And that made me take another step back because for the first time, I had brought a man into my children's lives that they really liked. They really liked him.
And then it didn't work out.
And it didn't work out. And when I saw, and it's not that they were hurt. They were just kind of like, oh, Mom, we really liked him because, I mean, he was cooking. He was, you know, buying some tennis shoes from time to time. You know, kids selfish. You buying them something, you got them.
They are.
So I took another step back, and so that's where I am today.
Okay.
I'm pressing pause. I'm just kind of waiting to see. And even at the age of 49, I'm just saying, you know, I would love to have someone in my life, but I have to prepare for the possibility of spending the rest of my life alone. And as you say, you are kind of ready for that next step.
I had taken like a moment of just solitude. I just wanted to be with me. And it wasn't that there weren't great men that wanted to date me and that wanted to, you know, that wanted to take me out. And if I were to say, yeah, let's be together, that, you know, I could have been in a relationship, but there was something in those men that I just couldn't wrap my mind around, like, this is the next relationship because it's going to be my last. Like, that's the focus that I have is I've never been married. I want to be married. And because I want forever, I have to be, I have to be picky. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but I'm being picky because this is forever. And I don't want to settle because I've settled. And nothing good comes from settling, you know.
Let's talk about that. I'm gonna ask you this question because when men hear we're not gonna settle, they get like, oh, you want the whole shebang. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Because you all have your laundry list too. So when you say you don't want to settle, explain for the men what that means for you.
When I say I don't want to settle, it's like, you know, when someone is not right for you, you feel it. You know, the person could be great. The person could look good on paper, but when you're with someone, there's a chemistry there. There's something there. There's a spark there. And I'm not going to just, if that thing is not there, I'm not going to do it. I've done it before. I've dated people that were great, that would do anything for me, but there was something missing. And I dated them anyway. And then I wound up either not talking to them or just kind of like, you know, just stop answering my phone or whatever, because I already knew. I already knew. So I say I'm not going to say, like, I have to feel like there has to be more than just, you know, you pay the bills, you did. Like, there has to be a chemistry there. Like, there has to be something magical there. You know what I'm saying? For me to really want to date you and to be with you like that. You know, chemistry is so important. I just can't settle. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to settle just because it feels good in the moment or because you're nice to me. You know, I've done it too many times to myself, and I kick myself in the butt like I wasted time entertaining people that I knew I didn't want to be with, you know?
Exactly. And you know, you have to take your time and that's why you have to take that time to heal, you know, so you won't jump into the wrong stuff. And, you know, when you find yourself repeating the same cycle and you're having the same issues with the men that you're dating, you have to take a hard look at yourself. And say, look, chick, you're doing something wrong. And I'm not afraid to sit and look at myself and be like, what's going on with me? Because I don't pick, you know, some not necessarily bad men. They just wasn't right for me.
Yes, that is the thing.
And because we get lonely, we decide I'm going to talk to him and, you know, pass the time. And we are really doing ourselves a disservice because we really are. Because honestly, I mean, I'm just being straight. You know, I know I'm not going to date you. So why am I, you know, he makes me feel good on the phone, you know. So we have to take a hard look at ourselves and say, okay, I know what I want. And it's not being picky. You know how you want to spend the rest of your life. You know what you don't want.
That's right.
And like I say, our counterparts, they know exactly what they want from the color of the toenail polish on your toes. So why can't we, especially us moms, because we have to have men around us. I mean, even if you don't have kids, you want a man around you that's going to really and truly be a role model for your children.
Yes.
You want someone who's going to speak into your children just like you might speak into theirs.
Yes.
It has to be a balance. You have to come. And, you know, most women aren't looking. Men get caught up with thinking that we want this uber rich guy. When we say we want a man that's financially sound, we want you to know how to manage your money. Period. We're not asking for a billionaire. Now will be nice.
Right?
Don't make me have to settle for every, you know, you should date the guy who making $4 an hour. That should not be my narrative all the time.
That's right.
I want someone who can manage what they make. And that's nothing wrong with that, because honestly, I don't know too many men that will manage who would date a liability.
Come on now.
Let's keep it real. So let me ask you.
Yes.
You finally meet someone that you're interested in dating.
Okay.
How do you eliminate or add to the roster?
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Go back. Wait.
So you finally meet someone.
I meet someone.
Because dating to me is getting to know people. Now, you know, the new dating is sex and all this other stuff. That's not my definition of dating.
Yeah.
So first of all, we're going to establish that first, okay?
Okay.
So you meet someone that you really like. How do you eliminate them or add them to the list? What are some of the things the questions you ask, the things you observe? How do you go about doing that?
Wow, that's a tough one. So how do I go about eliminating? Okay, so when you say eliminating, like if you're dating multiple people and you're eliminating, you know, the pile to that one.
Yeah. Or let's say you just meet this one person.
Okay.
How do you know? You got to have a list of questions.
Okay, the first thing, okay, is I want to know what your relationship with God is. Like, I need to know. I need to know that you as a man, like when it comes to disagreements, when it comes to arguments and things like that, or conflict, how do you handle it? Are you running to your friends? You know what I'm saying? Your single friends, like who do you go to? Who is your support system when you're in a relationship with someone and there's conflict? So I need to know that you have a relationship with God, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Two, do you have kids? Do you have kids? If you don't, do you like kids? I'll be honest, I probably would not date someone or take anyone seriously that did not have kids. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm going to be 41 in July. As much as I would love to have my little girl one day, I don't know if that's going to be possible for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at that window where I'm not married, I'm not engaged. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's like in the forefront for me. So I need to know that you have kids. And what is your relationship like with your mother?
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
How do you feel
Followed by
your
the
mom?
wig up. Yes.
How do you feel about your mom? How do you treat her? You know, because I'm raising my son to not have to be a liability in someone else's life, right? Like I'm doing my best to teach him to be a good man, a great man from the perspective of a woman. And so I need to know that you have a great relationship with your mom. You know, that's it's very important. Because how you treat your mom is gonna be how you treat me. Like, you know, if you have a great relationship with your mother, I'm not saying all men, but you would hope that man would be great to you. And so you have to be great with kids. It would be nice if you want more kids. If that doesn't happen, like that's not like a deal breaker at this age, you know, because I'm like starting all over. My baby is 11.
Girl, you're gonna be calling me.
What's
going on?
Oh my God, like what was I thinking? But I would be open, like especially if it's that love that you've been waiting for, that you've been not even waiting for, that you've been preparing for. So whoever gets this version of Kalia is getting like the best, because I've been doing my work. Like I've really, really these last few years have been working on Kalia.
Right.
Because I just, you know, it's so important, one, to be healthy, to love yourself, and to add that value to somebody else. And you can't come into someone else's life with your mess.
Correct. Right. And that's why you have to take that time.
Yes.
I mean, you keep going back to the original point. We have to take that time. We can't just jump into things. You know what you want. And, you know, you brought up a good point. With me being 49, definitely no kids are in the, that's it.
I know.
We died fried and laid to the side over here. So, you know, it's so funny. I dated a guy who we dated for it only lasted about 2 months. He wanted children. Great guy. I really did like him. But he wanted to have children. And I said, and I knew I could not fulfill that for him. Okay. So I had to do what was right and say, you know, this is not going to work, because the last thing I wanted was for him to wake up one day and regret marrying me. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was a great guy. I mean, he had all his, he had his life in order. He knew exactly what he wanted. Mm-hmm. And he was more than open to meeting my children, being a great role model. And I know he could have been all those things for my kids, but all he would talk about was taking his son to play golf. Oh. And I would hear that, you know, and I'm like, this man really wants children. So I did break it off with him. And I explained to him, we want two different things. And I think it's best, as many women as there are in Atlanta, you will find someone to match what your desires are. So I had to be unselfish. Yeah. Because he was a really, really good man. Aww. And surprisingly, after we stopped seeing each other, maybe a month or two later, he calls me. He goes, hey, guess what? We have something in common. And I said, what is that? He said he had adopted 2 children.
Oh my God.
So that told me I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was dating him, my son, who is now 19, I believe he was 15 or 16 at the time.
Okay.
And he adopted like an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Oh, wow. Big age difference.
Yeah.
Big
So I had to take it upon myself to say, I got to let this guy go.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to be good for him because what he wanted in his life versus what I wanted. And we got along very well. But, again, I had to step back. I know what I want. I know what I'm willing to do. I know what I'm willing to sacrifice. I couldn't keep dating him. It wouldn't have been fair to him.
It wouldn't have been fair. Do you see yourself ever getting married again?
Heck yeah, girl. Shoot.
Yes.
I'm the bomb.com.
Where you at?
I know that are you looking? Are you listening right now? Are you listening, hubby? So I'm here. I'm just letting you know. You need to come out the bushes or wherever you are. But of course, you're gonna get like you said, the best version of me.
Yes.
At this point, because our world is moving. It's moving so fast, and I think we're so caught up in the material stuff, the money, and all the crap that does not matter. And see, I find myself eliminating those people. I need substance. I need someone who's at peace with who they are themselves, and who wants to come home. Because when you come to my house, it is calm. It is quiet.
Right.
I don't need you bringing hell to this crib. And I don't want you leaving with hell in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I need someone who's balanced, who's going to balance me, because I'm introverted, but I'm extroverted at the same time. I got a lot of stuff going on up here.
Girl, me
so
too.
I need someone who can help. Help kind of manage that.
Hey, calm down, pump your brakes.
Who can help kind of manage that. But yes, I definitely desire to be married again. And I find myself taking some new chances. I think we as women, we have to recognize that sometimes the men that we think, I'm sorry, I still have a phone because my mama want me to have one.
It's okay.
Sometimes we ourselves need to take a step back and really look at the men that we desire, we think we want. When we look at like the physical, and we want a man that this and this and this and this. And our men do too now. Sometimes that list of the stuff that we think we want ain't good for us. We're probably not even ready for it. We just don't realize it. So, and to be transparent with you, there are men that I have turned down because, I wasn't attracted to them from, I just didn't see myself with them. But I remember my grandmama saying, you better be with a man that loves you more than you love him.
No. Why? Okay, so clearly there's some validity, because my grandmother's from the South, and my grandmother says the same thing. She said the same thing.
That's a man that's going to take care of you.
And not just take care of you financially, care of your,
take up your heart.
Your heart. For real. And your
mind.
Yes.
Your soul and your spirit.
Word. Yes.
He's going to be your butler. He's going to be your counselor. He's going to be your leader. Your provider, your protector.
Yes.
And that's what a husband band. That's why you wear that ring. That's what he's supposed to do. Period.
Yes. Absolutely. And it's so, that's right, Kenosha. And I love to see love. Like, I love, I'm grateful that a lot of my girlfriends are married. Like in 2019, I think 3 of my sorority sisters got married, like within months of each other. So it was so beautiful to see, to be around the love, and just to know that I'm in proximity to this. Like, I'm in the proximity of people finding love, falling in love, and getting married, and knowing that it may not have happened when I wanted it to happen, or when I thought it was going to happen, or when it should happen, that I'm in the proximity of it,
Right.
you know, and that there is love out there. You know, I know that it's not the same, you know, going out there when you've been with someone for so long, and now you're rushed out into this world. Let me tell you, I did. One of my best friends was like, "Girl, I found this guy." I was like, "Where? Where?" She was like, "Online." I was like, "No, online." She was like, "Yes." She was like, "He's."
Hold on, I need to fill this up.
Right? I wish I had me some. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Let's sip this water. I'm gonna sip this water. She was like, "I found him online." I was like, "Where?" And I think this was like maybe 4-ish years ago. And I think she said Black people meet, something like that.
Black.
He seemed like a really nice guy. So I was like, okay, well, if you trying this, let's do it together. Like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the worst experience.
Wow.
And then my crazy self tries another dating site. What was it? Oh God, I cannot remember the name of it. But when I tell you, this guy was very sweet, like called every day, text every day, was very attentive, but he was a chain smoker. And he said to me, he was like, "How do you feel about smoking?" And I was like, well, I don't smoke cigarettes. So, I mean, but I don't know how I feel about someone dating someone who smokes. I don't know. Like, maybe we can go on a date or whatever. We went on a date. This man smoked, like, he got up from the table like every 10 minutes to smoke a cigarette. I was like, what is wrong? Like, you really can't, you don't got a whole hour to sit here and eat, and you over here, you know? And then he was creepy. He was just staring at me. But it was staring at me. It was a weird.
He was trying to make you fall in love. Like, look at my eyes.
Like, "You're so beautiful." And I was like, "Thank you." But in my back of my mind, I was like, this is creepy. Like, you're creepy. And I felt bad because I was like, no, I will never see this man ever again. And then he kept calling. And I'm nervous. And I felt bad, but I ghosted him.
Now you should have told him. Now, come on now.
I know.
We're wrong. But I'll go to some people too. Let me stop.
And it's, you know what? See, karma is something. My son is so funny. My son called right before we was going live, right? And he was like, "Mommy, you remember you be telling me about karma?" I was like, "Yes, that's why you got to be careful what you do, because karma will come." And you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I started dating someone, and this was someone that I'm known on and off for a while or whatever. And he did crazy things too, like pop in, pop out, whatever. So I really didn't know what was going to happen with this situation. Like, if he's here to stay, or and he was younger than me. And he done did the same thing to me. He done went and ghosted me. You see what you put out, you get back. So I got that right there. I got that karma right there. I was like, did you really, like, I can't, you blocked me?
Yeah. Girl, I've been blocked too. Got a text message, break up, all that. And I be like,
wait, you gonna break up with me through text? Oh no.
Yes. I'll be like, oh my God. But you know what? I've learned to look at that in a positive light.
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch on online dating too. When someone ghosts you or break up with you on text,
mm-hmm.
just think of it as, that person wasn't for you.
Yeah.
And that's it. We have to kind of learn how to eliminate that need to know why. Sometimes it just wasn't meant for you. And you kind of knew that going in anyway. Yeah, you just kind of wanted to explore it. And that's why we got to stop. That's the things we have to stop doing. We already know we want. So let's stop wasting each other's time and just be upfront. This one guy, I really respect him for this. Now, the way he said it kind of upset me because, he was just so arrogant about it. We're on a date. And the date was popping. We were laughing, talking. I enjoyed talking with this man.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I can, that's it. You know, I liked him. And towards the end of the day, he shared with me that he has someone that his words were, he has someone that he jumps off with when he's in need.
What?
And I was like, why did you just let me assume that you did? But he shared this with me. But
clutch my pearls.
Yes, I was like, why would he tell me that? But I had to respect him for that. Even though he said it in a not so pleasant way, I had to respect the fact that he let me know that he was sleeping with someone and that he was probably going to keep doing that until we decide what we're going to do. And so I had to make a decision. Do I keep dating him? Or do I leave him alone?
Now I want to know, what did you do? What did you do?
Oh, I left him alone.
Oh, okay.
I left him alone.
Okay.
I left him alone. Because one thing I will say this, ladies, we have to, when we start dating, just assume, and men too, just assume that everybody has somebody. Mm-hmm. Even though that may not be the case.
Yeah.
You can save yourself a lot of emotional stress. Mm-hmm. Just by assuming that, okay, they may possibly be, everybody's talking to somebody.
That's true.
I'm just being honest. And we have to be real with ourselves, ladies. There are more men, there are more women on this earth than men. And one of my guy friends told me this at my divorce, upon my divorce. Men are able and capable of moving on faster than women are.
Yeah. Men
can, because there's always a woman. I'm not saying these women are gullible or in need or weak, but women will hear that sob story. Oh, baby, because we are taught, we are born with that ability to be nurturers. Mm-hmm. And we'll get these men are coming to our lives, and we'll stroke them. We'll be like, yeah, I understand. And we're trying to express love to them and let them know. We're trying to lift them up because we were trained to do that. Yeah. That's kind of how we were born, And they're able to move on with that woman. Mm-hmm. And then if she doesn't work out, they move on to the next one, because it's like 20 women to every one man.
A hot man.
So they have more
streets for us.
Yeah. So we have to understand that. And once we get that in our heads, I think we can sit back more and be like, okay, I need to take my time in this process, because for every date you going on, that man is probably going on 2, 3, 4, 5 other dates in that same week. Mm-hmm. And we just have to be real.
Yeah. That's a tough one to follow, though. That's a tough one.
But it's
especially when you really like someone. Like when you really if you're just like,
it hurts.
Point, I'm going on this date with this guy, this one. So whatever they doing, I'm gonna be quite honest. I was like, I don't even care what you're doing. Like you can do whatever,
Right.
But when you really like somebody, to wrap your mind around the idea, like he probably, going on dates with this, that one, that's hard.
And it's scary because you put yourself out there and they don't reciprocate. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how you protect yourself, by knowing exactly what you want, but not only what you want, what you're going to deal with, what you're going to put up with.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You got to set standards for yourself. Mm-hmm. But not only set standards, you have to enforce them and live by them, because we tend to break our standards sometimes just so we can fill that void of being lonely.
Yes.
And we have to really self-evaluate and say, okay, all right, we got to step back, because we can put ourselves in some serious, dangerous situations. Yeah. I mean, people are out here, I always ask this question, is there anyone dating you that you don't know about? That's one of the questions that I ask.
For real.
Because they roll up on your house, they roll up, and
women
as recent as 3 years ago, someone was taken out of here because they were trying to move on with their lives, but hadn't fully broken off the marriage. But that person became jealous, took them out, and took themselves out. So that's another reason why we have to sit back and just wait. And it takes time, because I truly believe there's someone pretty much for everyone. I want to believe that.
Yeah.
But we can't rush it. And I have figured, here I am at 49. I've rushed maybe 2 or 3 times. Even with the online date, I've been catfished before, and it hurts. And I said to myself, do I want to keep going through this? And the answer is no.
Yeah. I got to that too, and that's why I was like, you know what, like, being celibate was a major thing. Like, I have to get to know you, and that can't be a part of the equation. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then that turned into me not wanting to date. And I'll never forget, like, this guy, he was a good guy. His past was a little sketchy for me. Very attentive, same thing, like call, text all the time, check in, how you doing, and blah, 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 blah. But there was just something missing. It just wasn't, it wasn't there. Like, you always want to hold my hand. I was like, this is cute, but I don't want this with you. Like, this is just, and this was the first time that I really had to put my bigger panties on and be honest. And like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. I'm not into this the way you are.
Right.
And he was like, well, we connected and da-da-da-da-da. We had great conversations. I was like, yeah, we had fun, but it's just something not there.
Right.
I was like, I can't do this with you. Nice guy. And same thing, like, he would have done anything for me. But it was just something missing. And I told him, I was like, I don't want to settle because I'm dating with purpose.
Right.
The purpose.
You don't want to look back and say, man, I should have.
Right.
Look, I know I'm too old to be saying I should have.
I'm too old too. No, me too. I'm too old for foolishness. Okay. I
should have gave such and such a chance, man.
But then
I don't want to be somewhere on the beach looking back at my husband going, dang, what was I thinking? Definitely don't want that. So I think it's all about self-evaluation. It's okay to know what you want, set your standards. And, from a biblical perspective, men are to find their wives, basically. We shouldn't be out there searching and lurking and things like that, because that's how we get a text message full of pics, because time you sign up on these apps and dating apps, you get a collage.
Right?
I mean, a wall full. So we have to be careful in how we present ourselves and where we go. One lady told me at church one time, she said, you want a husband, you need to put yourself in a place where you will find husband material. So we can't be the club and stuff like that. Usually in the club, you leave them people where you find them.
That's right. That's exactly where you leave them.
So you go where you will attract the husband that you're looking for. And I'm not saying you go out there looking, and like I said, that's how we get caught up, because we are receivers by nature, nurturers by nature. We're the disciplinarians. We are the lovers per se, because we're the ones who make the home and make the home feel loved. That's our role, and we want to try to pass it on to our husbands.
That's right.
So that's why a lot of times we end up getting shortchanged in some of these relationships. So we have to pay attention to what our needs and desires are and set our own standards. Yeah. So we won't keep repeating the same cycles.
Mistakes, yeah. And you hit the head on the nail. A man that findeth. It's him. He's the one.
Yeah. The man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That's it.
And when you out here trying to find your husband, I learned that lesson.
You just hurting yourself, and you're, you know, you kind of devaluing, you devaluing, not devaluing, but you're making yourself tired too.
Yeah.
Because I think one thing I do believe is that the person that's meant for you will find you in the middle of you taking care of your business. You know, if all you're doing is going to work every day and then going out trying to find somebody, that's never going to happen. But when you're operating in your purpose, when you're handling the business of your life, your children, yourself, whatever you're working on, I'm not saying you're ignoring the dating piece. You all will meet.
Yeah.
But you will meet when you're ready.
Yeah.
When the both of you are ready. And that takes discipline.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm here in a big old house by myself most nights. And, you know, it gets hard. You know, you be like, let me call old dude, you know, see what he doing.
Right.
But, you know, old dude ain't, you know, he really don't want to be with me anyway. He being with me for the moment.
Because if he wanted to be with me, he would be with me.
He would be here with me. Exactly.
I tell you, I'm not going to say it's hard, because I don't want to put out those negative things, but, you know, it definitely is a journey. Finding yourself, doing the work, healing, so that you can be prepared for love when it comes, and for, you know, that relationship, you know.
And we have to admit to ourselves too, everybody is looking for those red and green flags. It's not just you that's all holier than thou and praying to God and asking for a mate to be sent your way.
Yeah.
Everyone is praying you know, most people that believe, and they are asking for those same things. So they may see something in you that they're not attracted to. So it's not, you ain't, you know, you great. I think I'm phenomenal, but they don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you're right.
You're right.
Because we're not for everybody, and we're not meant to be for everybody. And that somebody that's meant for you, it's gonna come with no confusion.
I'm so happy you said that, because God is not a God of confusion. And if you like, what is this, or what are we doing, or what, like, when there's too many of those conversations, like, you already know what it is. It's nothing.
Exactly.
It's nothing.
Exactly. I agree.
You know?
I agree.
I say nobody got time for that, especially at the age that we
I know
both
that's
right.
I'm like, look, but what's your name? Are you married? What's your plan? Where you live? Let's go on a trip. Let's get to know each other. Let's go to Costa Rica, baby.
Yo, you in Costa Rica, so now that is definitely got to be on my bucket list of places to go. Costa Rica.
I'm going there very soon.
I can't wait to hear about it. I
can't wait either. Hopefully I come back. If it wasn't for that one more son of mine, I might just leave and never come back. Stay at my house and be gone.
This was a great conversation, Doris. I love our conversations. I love our transparency, and I love, too, the perspective. You like my big sister.
Thank you. I love it. I love it.
But you know what? Because especially in the area that you coach, a lot of women, a lot of my girlfriends, a lot of us are in the same space. Like, a lot of not a lot, but a few of my friends, like, and I've been there too, like, just like, when is it gonna be? Like, when is it my turn? Like, when you know, and it gets frustrating the older you get. Like,
it does.
Like, God, why haven't I had this opportunity to have love like this, or to be married? And so that's why I really enjoy our conversations, because you keep me grounded.
So change the question.
Yeah.
Don't say, God, when is it my turn? Ask God for what it is that you may need to work on. Ask him to show you that.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we think we are perfect ourselves. We think we got it all going on.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe there is something. So ask God, is there something I need to be working on? And whatever that is, show me so that I can do that. Yeah. But also remember, your mate may have something that he
I was just
needs
gonna
to be
say
working
that.
on too.
I was just gonna say that maybe it's not you that doesn't need work too, right? Like you should still be working, you should still be growing. But what if he's not ready for you yet?
He may not be ready. So it's about it, and it's hard being patient. I know that was one of my biggest issues, and I recognize that even in marriage, I was impatient with adults, and I had to learn how to be patient with adults after I went through that divorce.
Yeah.
Everyone does not grow at the same time. I mean, Aaliyah wasn't lying when she, they say age ain't nothing but a number. I mean, she right. I mean, because some people, we go through so much in life. We can get to a certain age. We don't have all the things that we thought we were going to have when we were 20 years old. I never thought I would be in this position I'm in now. Actually buying a whole new house at 40 some years of age, my house will be paid for.
Yeah.
According to my 20-year-old plan, house will be paid for. I supposed to be gone all the time, all that stuff. But we have to practice a little patience, with this journey and with ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have to also recognize everybody's, I hate to say this, but everybody ain't meant to be married, Yeah. We have to be real, because if it's 20 women to every one man.
That's why I'm not gonna say nothing negative.
And it's not, I'm just being kind of real with this in a way, so you have to, and it's not that sense who someone said that made me ask myself quite a few times, what is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you, from a perspective of, what that person is seeing. But you have to ask God what it is that you need to work on. It's not necessarily it's wrong. Yeah. Maybe I know mine was patience. I had to work on it, because I'm like, you grown. I shouldn't have to tell you that you need to wash your butt every morning. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So but I had to learn to be more relaxed and calm about it. Everybody don't know all this stuff. They don't know. Everybody doesn't know what you know.
Yeah.
Let's put it like that. So there's nothing wrong with us. We just have to ask, okay, what should I be working on?
Yeah.
And mine was patience.
But
who's this girl, Miss Loyal _
that's my
neat.
bestie. Yeah, that's my bestie.
Okay, hey bestie.
She said, but she
said I'm impatient.
Tell God your plan, and tell God your plan so he can laugh in his time of laughing. Yo,
you got that right, honey.
You could not have told me that I was not going to be married by now, that I wouldn't have like 3 kids, that I really thought that by like 25, I was like, I'm going to be married, have finished having all the kids by 30, 40, I'm going to be living it up. Lies. Yeah. God sure did laugh like Kalia. No, that is not the plan.
And she said, in his time, it will happen.
In his time.
And that's for everything in our life.
Yeah. That is everything. Success.
That's for everything.
The children. And that's another thing. I have friends that we're in our 40s, and some of my friends, some want children, and it's like, I'm 40 now, and there's no one, not even a perspective relationship or person. I think that's when it gets really, it's when the struggle hits, because like, I'm a woman. Like, I only have but so much time before I'm not going to be able to produce, so it does get discouraging. It does.
It can. I can see that, because even with me, I get discouraged sometimes, but I have so much other things that I'm working on with my organization. I'm still, I got one more kid. I have 3 kids in college, 2 graduate next May. So my outlook now is like, okay, I got 2 graduated in May. One already has a job. One plans on going to become a flight attendant. And I have a son who will graduate in 2024. So I'm like, I got 2 years to figure.
You're busy.
Yeah, I got 2 years, because I kind of want to sell and just disappear, but I can't, because I got to do the motherhood connection
Yes.
with K. Moss. I can't disappear right now.
No, you can't. No, you can't. But you know what the beautiful thing about technology is? You could be anywhere.
You're
And
right.
we can
But I
talk.
want to disappear.
Oh, I feel
I'm
you.
saying,
I feel you.
don't let me win the lottery tomorrow.
Because Doris is out. Okay. Oh my gosh. This was
This has
such a
been
good
awesome.
conversation. Like, thank you so much. Like, I know we didn't have like a, like what we was gonna talk about, but this one really was good, like dating at this age, dating with children, having and choosing the right partner that's gonna be around your children is just so important, and a lot of times we don't talk about that,
We need to have those hard discussions, and it's important, with the way our children, it's so much going on with our kids these days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a true believer that we have to make sure that we surround our children with the right folks.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't be out here bringing uncle, cousin, Ned, and all this stuff around our kids. We got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because when you bring folks in your house, you got to remember you inviting spirits too, and those spirits can get on your children.
Yes.
So we as women have to be extremely careful about who we have around our kids, especially when they're young, because they see stuff that we don't think they see, and they pick up on stuff that we don't think they hear. So we have to be careful with that. You can't have everybody around them.
No, you can't. You can't. And that's another reason why too, like I not dating or being in a serious relationship was it of course I wanted it, but I'm a mother first. And
Exactly.
I have to be good. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm stressed out and then it affects my mothering because I'm dating someone who's got me so stressed to the point where I can't, do the things that I need to do for my child. So you're so right. Like having the right person around your children is so important. Like I never wanted Z to be like, yeah, mommy, I remember when you was dating this one. Or did you? No. Zaire will never.
I'm sorry, my best friend Tasha at _24 is online. Hey, best friend. She said, "Now, Uncle Ned." That's an inside joke.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Loyal. Is that your best friend, right?
Yeah,
Loyal
_Ned.
Amen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, listen, Miss K, what you got coming up? What's exciting in your world of Glow Girl Wellness?
So,
what's going on with you?
Yes. Okay. So I've been working on my program, and I was struggling with. I have to be honest. I had a little struggle with with what I wanted to do next, like what I wanted, what the impact that I wanted to to bring to women and their healing. Their health, their mental being. So I have some great things in the works. I don't want to say too much just yet. But I'm hopeful that within the next few weeks I'll be able to launch some really good stuff that I've been working on. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I got my ebook that I'm ready to put out. So that'll probably be the ebook and the journal / planner. It's like a guided journal to help you dig deeper into where you want your life to go, especially in this last half of the year. So my journal, my planner, and my ebook should be coming out soon. But there's something else brewing.
All right, now we always got something cooking, girl. We got to. That's just how we do it.
And I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on. So Doris's daughter just crossed Delta, and she's my number. She's the number 2. And so that was a beautiful, beautiful surprise. So congrats. So you have a lot of things going on too. So congratulations on your baby.
Thank
you.
And
for those that weren't on before we introduced ourselves, you got some big things happening too. Tell the people.
Yes. So first of all, for those of you, well, not just for those of you, I have, first of all, this Thursday, I will be presenting at the I Am Valuable workshop via Zoom. And you can get your ticket, well, not a ticket, but you can register for the conference on Eventbrite. Just look for I Am Valuable Sister Empowerment Network.
Send me the link. Send me the link.
I sure will.
And then I will put it in my bio so that if anyone is on there and they hear it, like they can just click the link to in my bio to register for your event. I'm a register too.
And that's this Thursday at 7 a.m. It's called the I Am Valuable workshop. I will be coaching my first yoga session with the Naseem Incorporated nonprofit group at their HIV Prevention Day at the Old Fourth Ward here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. How can I need Tasha, if you want me to post it here, you're my administrator. You should be here to post it.
You are funny.
I can't do it all by myself.
I was going to say, if I had the link, I sure would drop it and pin it.
But I'll definitely put it on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, which is Pink Love Institute. You can find all the information there, Pink Love Institute on Instagram and Pink Love in Facebook. And I also recently launched my T-shirt line, the Pink Apparel. My first shirt is the Can I Just Be a Woman Today T-shirt. If you're interested in getting one, you just inbox me. I have them in pink, white, black, and red. Yes. And this is the intro to my first entry in my upcoming book that will be released in June, entitled Refreshed. So lots is taking place, and I am uber excited about what I'm doing and the impact that I'm making in the lives of single moms and women as a whole.
Yes, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for all these great things. We both have great things going on. And I'm just so grateful that our coach, Mr. Impossible, Keith L. Brown,
connected us.
Right. I'm so happy that he connected us. You know, these last few months of us being connected, you've taught me a lot, you know, and so I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the connection. I'm so excited for us to partner and do some great things together as well. I need to come down south. I need to come to Georgia. So I can come
we need to go ahead and start planning a retreat. We're gonna have to go ahead and get it together.
You already know that that's what I want to do. So let's go. Where we going? We going to Costa Rica?
Costa Rica.
I can go to Costa Rica. Yes, we definitely need to have our retreat in Costa Rica. That's it. We claimed it right here today on the 19th of April.
Costa Rica. Sign up in the comment section.
We're going to do yoga. We're going to do meditation. All that great stuff.
Exactly. I appreciate you so much, Kay. Just talking with you. I mean, you encourage me as well to keep moving, and you show me that I'm making an impact.
You are.
Because my institute is all about helping moms, and I'm helping the even younger moms too. So I truly, truly appreciate how you have poured even into me, keeping me uplifted, keeping me excited about what I'm doing, and not making me feel old.
Girl, stop it. You still have so much more life to live and so much more impact and you're doing so many great things. And, you know, it inspires me. It inspires me that even, you know, going through some of the hardships and breakups and relationships, that you can get your life back. You can reinvent your life. You can reinvent yourself. You know, it's not the end of the world because a relationship didn't work out. Right. So,
it's just preparing us. Yeah. So, you know, that's how we look at it. We just don't want to keep repeating the same thing.
There you go.
So, got to self-evaluate.
Yep.
Definitely.
Well, this was great, guys. I knew we was gonna go over an hour because we could stay for
I was watching the time as well. I was like, I wanted to make sure we stay.
No, we're good. We're good. We just want to say thank you guys for logging in, for engaging in conversation with us. I love it, and we will be back. Yes,
we will. Be sure you all connect with K. Moss on IG, as well as the Pink Love Institute on IG, and Kalia Moss on Facebook, as well as Pink Loved on Facebook as well. Pink Love is PINKE Love. And if you're interested in purchasing a t-shirt, just inbox me on either one of those platforms.
Oh, this was so good. This was so good.
Yes, it was.
Well, you
Thank
guys,
you all so much for joining us.
yes, you guys, thank you for joining us, and you have a good night, Doris, and I'll talk to you soon.
Right. Do the same. Love you.
Bye.